to another incredible Sarah National event. We host these each and every Thursday, and my name's Jenny Anchondo. I'm here as your host and moderator each and every week, just to make sure that you have a wonderful experience, let you know about the guest, and kind of set the scene for the day. So today's topic is sell the sale, and I am very excited about this. So our speaker today, who, like I said, is on part 2, is Dr. Cassandra Bradford. She is the lead senior consultant at Genesis Preferred Solutions, which is a small business consulting and mentoring firm. So in terms of specializations, they specialize in business growth, development, strategic opportunity planning, and it's not for little stuff, you guys. It's multi-million-dollar contracts with Fortune 500 companies and municipalities that she's dealing with. But she very much knows how to enrich a small business audience and get them to those big contracts. Man, the other thing that I think is so impressive about her, and I don't know how she does it all, is that she is the author of many, many books. So I love the titles here, so I have to share a few of them. Shut Up in Color, Business Basics 101 Workbook, The Power of Cake, Feeling Presidential, 21 Ways to Create Relational Currency. She just really has... she's kind of done it all. Also an NAACP Female Entrepreneur of the Year in 2018, Minority Owned Business Dallas Award in 2017. So she is bringing, all that she has to the table today in Sell the Sale. Now, if you didn't hear part 1 of Dr. Bradford, when you get done with today, just know that it's out there on the YouTube channel. So you can go back there. The link will be in the chat. And without further ado, I'm going to mute myself. I want you to get comfy, get something to drink, get a pen and paper, and we will let Dr. Bradford take it away. Hello. Good to see you.
So I am Dr. Cassandra Bradford. I have been a business owner for the past 21 years. And I always like to start my presentations off by telling you guys a little bit about my history. There is a picture of a crash test dummy. I think she's cute. She looks just like me. And I used to be a crash test dummy. So I always tell people this is a true story. So if I start telling jokes and you go, this girl is crazy, just know I used to be a crash test dummy. This is a true story. Back in 1982, I used to write estimates on cars, and we crash cars to determine whether or not a person could be injured. So this is a little fun fact about me. I worked in insurance claims since 1982. My master's in biomechanical engineering, how the body moves inside of the car. And I started my very first company in 2000, which was a litigation management firm. And I won a contract as a certified minority-owned business in the state of Texas. So I love what I do. I've been a SCORE mentor for 10 years. I've worked with SBA and SBDC. I have an office right here in Irving, Texas. And I am the founder of my passion, which is the Run Conference, which is a huge stage so we can talk to small business owners from around the nation. So I'm excited. So we're going to talk about the 5 easy steps to sell the sale. So the question is, what are you selling? You got to know what you're selling. Do you love what you do? Right? So whenever you're selling is just talking. You can't market your business until you know how to sell. Okay? You have to know how to sell. And why are you selling? You got to know why you're selling it. And you want to know, who are you selling to? Right? Who are your customers? Do you even know how to find customers? We're going to find out all of that. And where do you sell? Where do you go to sell what you're selling? And then we're going to finally end up on when to put the sale on sale. That's my favorite part, because we put it on sale when it shouldn't be on sale. So we're going to talk a lot about that. So what are you selling? You got to know your products and services. It's just like if you went to a car dealership and you want to buy that Ford F-150 truck, and they start telling you about Chevy and Audi and Toyota. You're like, dude, I wanted to buy this Ford. You should know about Ford. Well, and if they say, well, I love the way my Toyota handles, you're going to say, this dude is selling the wrong thing. So you got to know your product. You got to believe in what you're selling. If you're hesitant about trying your own stuff, then why should anybody else? You are the billboard. You are the testament or the testimony. So you have to know what you're selling. And it's a good thing to do a little marketing research about it, right? So if you're in construction services, you are selling how great you are at building, I don't know, a gazebo or putting on a roof, right? You are the number one roofer in the DFW Metroplex or around the world, right? You have to believe in what you're selling, and you have to know what your competitors are selling and what they're selling it for. So if you're doing the same thing, you want to be rightly priced, right? You want to make sure that you're not, it's just like all of us know that, I don't know, a bag of Doritos, it shouldn't cost us more than what, a dollar 25 cents, right? But if you're selling a small bag of Doritos for $10, probably not going to buy from you. So you got to know your marketing research. You got to know what your competitors are selling their services for. And you got to know yourself. You have to believe in yourself. Are you sure that you can do what you say you can do? Are you sure that your product or your service can do what you says it can do? Right? So you got to believe in yourself, and you got to know yourself, because why? You are your best commercial. You are the best commercial to tell people about what you do. You can't leave it up to other people. No one can sell it like you can. No one can talk about, no one has the passion that you have on selling whatever it is that you're selling. And it should be your business. Okay. Even when we talk about our kids, don't we talk about how great our kids are? Oh, my son, he can hit a home run. He can strike you out on the just with three balls. He can do all of that. So when we brag about our kids, you need to learn how to brag about your own business. Okay. And so you also need to know, is your product or service, is it reliable? Does it have guarantees? Is it safe? Are you sure? And if not, you should beta test it, right? I can't. There's some other words I used to say. You should create crash test dummies. So I used to be a crash tester. We don't want to do that. We want you to beta test it. You said, "Well, I'm not sure if I'm a coach." You said, "We have a lot of coach. I don't know what to charge. I don't know if people can finish my online course in 5 days." Well, beta test it. You don't want to go out and say, "Hey, learn how to be a truck driver in 5 days," and it takes 20, right? So beta test it out to see if what you're claiming that it does work. Does that make sense? All right. So you got to know your products, goods, and sell and service. So you want to know, why are you selling it? Why are you selling this? And this helps with my nonprofit organizations, because a lot of them don't know, am I a for-profit or a nonprofit? You should know. Does it produce a profit? Then it's 9 times out of 10 you are a for-profit. And so you want to introduce it to the public, because you want the public, don't you want the world to buy what you're selling? I want everybody to know how to start a business. Every person I talk to, I was at a Belo's restaurant here in Dallas, and I'm just eating away, and I had the best waitress. I said, "Girl, you should start a waitress business, a class, how to be the number one waitress." I was ready to give her all of my money for a tip. Why? Because she was awesome. So you want to introduce what you do to the public. Everybody needs to know, right? And is your business a for-profit or a nonprofit? Even for our nonprofits, even a church has to promote. Did you know that? Yes, you want people to come to your church or your nonprofit organization, your youth organization. You are selling it, whether you are a for profit or a nonprofit. And you need to know, if it's not selling, what do you do with it? Do you get rid of it, or do you put it on sale? Right? Is what you're selling, is it worth it? Is it trash? Did you beta test it? Do we just need to make some small changes, some small tweaks in our conversation? So we're talking about selling. I'm not talking about marketing yet. I'm talking about selling. You're just talking. All we're doing is talking. Right? We're just telling people what we do and what we love to do. I love to hear the passion in your voice. That's why I don't do well with text messages. I'm like, are they trying to sell me something in this text message? I don't know. I'm a delete. I'm a good deleter, y'all. So I want you to be excited about what you're telling me. If you make tamales, you need to tell me that these are the best tamales this side of the border. Man, that my stomach will not be happy unless those tamales reach my tummy. You need to tell me how it's just gonna make my mouth burst from the inside. I love it because I love to eat. So I'm salivating right now. I'm like, I'm hungry. I shouldn't have used that one, right? So you want to make sure that you're selling and you want to know who are you selling to. So this is where I'm going to pause. I'm going to slow down. Who are your customers? And this is where we get lost a lot because we're like, well, I just want to talk to everybody. I make socks, so I need everybody with feet. I'm like, that's a lot of people, right? You want to identify who are your target markets right now? Who are your customers right now? Does that make sense? Because if you say, I'm going to target, so let's say, let me use it as an example. This is my favorite example. I make socks, right? Jenny, you may remember this from before. I'm a sock maker. I make socks. So I want to make Go Cowboy socks, right? But I'm not going to make Go Cowboy socks when it's not football season. Or maybe I'll make them, but I'm not going to sell them when it's not football season. I'll probably make more money during football season, wouldn't I? So maybe my target market should be Go Cowboy junior high school team. You know, we got junior high and elementary little cowboy, little youth groups. Maybe I'll sell it to them, right? But you want to make sure that you're selling to the right person at the right time. So, who are your customers and where are they? How do you find them? So, I'm going to give you this one for absolutely free. Now, if I call you and ask for an offer, and then you know why. No, I'm just joking. Let me tell you where you get your customers from, and you can get a list for free. You can find your customers at the library. No, don't just go hang out at the library, silly. There's a database there. It's called A to Z. So you need a library card, right? You're gonna go log on, get a library card. You can go online and log in, or you can go to your library and say, hey, I want to use your A to Z system. Your A to Z system, you can put in all the filters in a Democrat and the criteria. You may say, I want junior high schools, all the junior high schools in Dallas, right? These are my middle schoolers, right? And I'm going to sell to them go, go Ravens or go Tigers, right? Socks. I want to make socks that say go Tigers and or go whatever their mascot is. So, but I only want to sell to kids. I want to sell to the schools, right? So I'm going to go to the library. I want all the junior high schools in Dallas or in the state of Texas. You can go big. You can say all of them in the United States. Go big or go home, y'all. So you'll get a list, of Excel spreadsheet, and it will have every middle school in the United States. And you didn't pay one dime, right? And so now you have a customer base to start from. And now you just go through that list, making those phone calls to those schools or sending them an email or however you market, right? And you want to tell them about your team socks. Does that make sense? That is the easiest place to get a customer list. Or you can go out on social media and you can go to all of the youth groups, right? And you can start putting in flyers, or you want to put in video messages, or however you market, or you could do text marketing. There's so many different ways to market, but first you got to know where your customers are. And you need to find out which social media is where your customers hang out if you want to use social media, right? So maybe like my customers, right? Maybe my socks for kids, they may not hang out on LinkedIn. They may be on TikTok or right? Or those schools may be on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. They may not be on LinkedIn. So maybe me going out on LinkedIn, getting ready to sell may not be a good place for me. So you need to find out where are your customers, right? Do you need to go to baseball games or football games and you looking for only the coaches, right? You can also find out all the football coaches in the database at the library on A to Z, but you can say, I just want to hang out at football games for kids and I want to talk to the coaches and introduce myself, right? Because I like that one-on-one. Know where your customers are and how to find them. You cannot be afraid to talk to people. We're just talking. Hey, I love the socks your kids got on, but look at my sample. Man, if they had these gold tiger socks, man, you know, like, you know what? The moms may like that. And maybe it'll motivate them to win the game. I don't know. But you got to know where your customers are. You got to know how to find them. And you don't really have to pay for a list. A list is free. Use your library. If your library doesn't have A to Z, because you can only get it from a library, find the library that does. If you don't even have to be in the state of Texas. Cedar Hill Library, I love them. Cedar Hill, Texas Public Library. You don't even have to live in Cedar Hill to get a library card and use A to Z. I don't even live in Cedar Hill, y'all. But I use that library because I know that I can get a list. And I live in Texas, so it's not that far. I can go into their library, right? I love them and take in my little handy dandy thumb drive, and they will download lists from me. I have a list right now that has 18,000 people on it. I'm thinking, when am I going to have a chance to get to 18,000 people? So if you're looking for a customer, you want to be like, yeah, that's where they could be. So make sure you know, who are you selling to? Where are your customers? How do you find them? And I just gave you the answer, right? And then, where are you selling? Are you only selling to your friends and family? Do your friends and family even buy from you? Let's be honest. Let's talk. I feel like a talk show host. Tell me all about it, right? I don't sell to my friends and family because they're my friends and family. I don't sell to them. They're not my customers. I'll be honest. I got two brothers and a sister. I'd be out of business. There's not a lot of people to sell to, right? I have customers. I want to make sure that I'm selling to customers that have the capacity to buy what I'm selling. Okay. And then it gets you out of that, maybe they don't want to invite you over to the barbecue because it's all she's doing is selling to me. Every time she walk in the door, she wants me to buy socks, buy socks. I got socks already. So you want to keep your friends and family. So make sure you're selling to your customers, right? Another way, a place you can go and sell, be a vendor. Become a vendor. There's so many vendors. I was on social media yesterday. There's a pop-up Christmas expo and a pop-up vendor show here, and there's a trade show there. I was talking to a school district earlier today. They're having a pop-up for the schools. So there are pop-up vendor opportunities everywhere. And if you don't know where to find them, Facebook. Go to your event page on Facebook. You can go on eventbrite.com. Eventbrite, Eventbrite. Eventbrite.com is another one, right? You can go meetup.com. Meetup.com. That's where a lot of networking happens on meetup.com. And tell them you want to be a vendor, right? Online, there's so many people are still doing things online networking. I'm not good at that one, but they will let you talk about what you're selling, right? Sometimes they'll let you send them a flyer, right? Or another way, you can put your flyers in grab bags at conferences, right? And that's very nominal. It may cost you $25 and they're going to have 500 people there. Print out 500 flyers. Pay the $25. And now everybody that attends that conference knows about what you're selling. Another place you can sell, volunteer. I love volunteering. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you guys a true story, something that I just did, Jenny. I was talking to a friend of mine and she took a picture and she put it on Facebook, and she had a cover for her luggage. I said, wait a minute, I want that. So I went on Amazon. That's what I did. I went and I put my QR code on there, and I bought one for my little suitcase and one for my big suitcase. So I leave to go out of town tomorrow, you guys. And I cannot wait to stroll through the airport with my new luggage cover, with my marketing logo and my QR code. So while I'm standing in line, probably at TSA or at the counter somewhere at the airport. You can scan my QR code, and there you go. You're going to find out all about what I do. Man, that's a form of marketing, right? It's a part of marketing. Then when you come and talk to me, hey, what is it that you do? Now let's talk. Because when I talk, I'm selling, but all I'm doing is just talking. And I'll tell you a pet peeve of mine, which is probably why it's in black letters instead of white on this slide. I do not like when you say, hey, Cassandra, if you sell my stuff, I'll give you a referral fee. That's a pet peeve. Because if I talk so much about what you do, how can I track how many people call you and say, Cassandra told me to call you and buy from you? Are you really going to give me all my referral fees? How can I track that? So I don't get into someone else marketing for me because you can't sell myself the way I can. I know you're probably good. Oh, I'm great at marketing. Yeah, but you know what? I'm in Texas. I'm in a relational state. I'm in the South. So we like to talk and we like to meet. We like to drink sweet tea. And I just love just talking about small business. And next thing I know, they're like, Cassandra, how do I get in touch? I know I need that. You sound like you know what you're talking about. I'm going to go with you. I'm like, yes. And now I get to do a great job for you. That's my next thought. How can I do a great job for Jenny? That's my next thing. So now we got to sell. Selling is just talking. So let's get ready to sell. I believe that there are three sales to any sale. Okay, there are three sales to every sale. Okay, y'all follow me? So there's an upsell, there's a downsell, and there's a cross sell. Upsell, downsell, cross sell. When you leave my conversation, you're buying something. That's all I know. But all we're going to do is talk. So, what is our upsell? So, normally that's your largest product. So, that's your upsell. You want people to buy your high ticket item. Does that make sense? Your downsell is your lower ticket item, right? It's your lower ticket item. Your cross sell is that adjacent thing that they need, right? So let me give an example. If I have an online course, which I do, I have an online course, and I want you to, I don't know, okay, uh, learn how to do your own certifications. How about that? Learn how to become your certified small business, okay? Learn how to be your own certified minority woman owned or veteran owned business. That course online will cost you $900. Okay. So you should have it. Oh my God, your business can do wonders with the government. You can get business from the city, the county, the state, from Walmart, 7-Eleven. Oh my God, you should really sign on, learn how to do your own certifications online. You can this 3-day easy course, $900. When you're done, you're going to be able to do your own certifications, right? That's my upsell. My downsell is, however, we can do it for you. We can do one of them, not all of them, but we can do one of them for only $400. So if you said, Cassandra, I don't have time to sit on a class learning all this stuff. I just need somebody to do it. I don't have time to sit here and fill out paperwork and cross every T and dot every I. I'll just pay you. Well, if you want me to do one of them, we'll charge you $400. That way you don't have to worry about sitting in a class, learning all this stuff about certification. We can do it for you for $400. Now, but if you say, you know what, Cassandra, I don't want, I don't know if I'm ready. I just want to know about all of this government stuff. Well, you know what? I have a book called "Drop a Dime on the Government." How to drop a dime on the government. It's only $25. It'll tell you all of the different certifications. It'll tell you why you want to be certified. It'll tell you when the government buys. It'll tell you all of those crazy codes that the government has, and to give you strategies on how to sell, when to sell to them, what they buy, when they buy. And then when you're ready, now you're educated on your why you want to be certified. So I'll just give you the book for about $25. Did you hear my upsell? my downsell, and my cross sell. Now, if you take the course, you should get the course and the book together because that's the cross sell. But if you take the course, the book is already included. No, but before we leave, you're going to buy something. You're either going to buy the course, you're going to buy me doing it for you, or you're just going to buy the book. But those are the three sales that every business needs to have. Do you know? And all I did was talk. Hey, this is what I do. This is how much, you can do it online. If you want to do it yourself, I have an online course. You can do it at your leisure. It'll tell you everything you want to know about this program that started in 1980. It'll tell you different strategy. The course will have it all. Or you know what? You said I don't have time for that. Time is money to me. Let me do it for you. Now we're only going to charge you $400 if we did it for you. You don't have to do all of that in 3 easy days. Let us do it for you. You send me all your documents. We'll do it for you. I'll just have you sign the application and you can get your certification. Right? And you says, well, I don't know if I'm ready for all of that. I don't know where my documents are, right? Well, there's a book. I have a book called Let's Drop a Dime on the Government. This is all true stories, y'all. I have a book, and the book will tell you all of the different certifications. We have 7 different certifications here in the state of Texas. Most states only have 3. We have 7 here in the state of Texas. It'll also tell you about all those codes that you have to have that the government requires you to have. It'll tell you what the government buys, when the government buys it, right? Different strategies on how to get a contract, how to win a contract, how to lose a contract, how to team. It'll tell you all of that in the workbook. So I just did an upsell, a downsell, and a cross sell. Now, got it? So those are those 3 sales. So are you ready to sell? Another way you can sell, and I don't know if I threw this in here, but another way you can sell is being a vendor. And I need to pause right here, Jenny, because a vendor is another pet peeve. Okay. When you are a vendor at an event, you should not be sitting down. How many trade shows have you gone to and you walked up to the table and they're on their computers working? Or they're eating a cheeseburger, and I'm thinking, man, that cheeseburger look good. I want a bite of that. Oh, I'm sorry. And so, but they're eating, so you don't want to interrupt them. Or they're working, right? You should not be working at a vendor table or at a vendor booth. You should not be eating at your vendor booth. You should be in front of the table engaging with passerbys, people that are walking by. Your purpose for being at a vendor fair or a vendor table is not to sell. It's to create relationships. You're not there to sell. You're there to create relationships. Why are you not there to sell? Because if I walk by your table, let's say you're selling auto parts. I don't need auto parts. But if you start engaging with me, hey Cassandra, oh my God, how are you enjoying this expo? Isn't it nice? Oh, look, this is a new building. They did nice with the lights and the marketing. There's so many people here. So now you're engaging me in conversation. And so I'm thinking, you're a really nice guy or you're a really nice girl. You know what? I don't need any auto parts, but I know I have a friend that owns a body shop, right? You're trying to I'm the gatekeeper to my friends. That's who you really want. You want to know the people that I know. So you're a vendor to build relationships. You should not be sitting, you should be standing, and you should be engaging me. If I walk up to your table and you're eating or you're working, I'm not going to buy from you because I feel you're busy. And I may say, hey, I'll come back. I probably won't because I'm walking around getting candy out of other jars and all their free stuff, right? Because we want to attract you to our table, so people normally have out candy and chocolate and all kind of yummy stuff, or spin the wheel and win a free ink pen or something. I don't know, but when you are a vendor, your job is to be in front of the table engaging. You, well, my feet will start hurting. Well, wear some shoes where your feet don't hurt. Oh my God, it's a hard surface. Well, bring your own piece of carpet that has cushion in it. We give excuses when we're trying to sell, right? Okay, so now you guys know how to upsell, downsell, cross sell. The last thing I want to talk to you guys about is when do you put the sale on sale, right? When do you put it on sale? A lot of times we'll go, well, how much, what is in your budget? Or how much can you afford? No. When you walk into the grocery store, you don't say, how much is this avocado? And how much are you willing to part with it? Right? They're going to say, did you see the sign? It was 99 cents. Right? Well, I think it should be, it should be 50 cents. No, you don't go into a grocery store and you say, okay, well, how much are you willing to let it go for? We don't do that at the store, but we do that to small business. So if I come to you and I ask you, okay, I want to buy, what's a good one? Oh, I want to cater an event, right? I do events all the time. How much would you charge me for 200, I don't know, 200 pizzas? And people go, well, I don't know. What's your budget? Well, I don't know. I've never bought 200 pizzas before, right? I've never bought it. You tell me how much you charge. You don't want to get into how much can you afford to pay. That's not the issue. I want to know how much would you charge me. This is what you sell. So every time you sell, you don't have to put it on sale, SALE. If I say, well, I think if I bought 200 pieces, it should be $200. You go, girl, are you crazy? You know how much pizzas cost at Pizza Hut or Domino's? I'm like, I don't know. You asked, I don't know. You should be prepared to tell someone what your fees are. Okay. And if you keep discounting your fees, you tell me that your what you're selling has no value. So this is goes back to knowing your product, knowing what you are selling. Okay. You don't need to put it on sale, SALE, when it's not time. Now, if it's that time of the year where people are not buying that particular thing, then yeah, hold a sale. But you don't automatically put your items on sale when you're selling. That means you go back to knowing the price for what you're selling. That's all I got. I want to open up the floor for questions. This was good to me. I had fun because a lot of times we don't know how much, what to charge people and how to sell. Because when you get ready to market, it sounds just like you're talking. So no one should tell you your marketing needs to sound like this. No, it needs to sound like me.
Yeah, we covered a lot. That was so excellent. Thank you, Dr. Bradford. I love your colorful graphics and personality. So it was very entertaining. Now, I've got a bunch of questions on my own. You guys, if you're home and kind of having some questions about selling or about your verbiage, your wording, or your marketing, or oh shoot, I've been sitting down at the trade shows, whatever it is, post that in the chat and I will make sure to get to that question. But I will start off with this. You mentioned, okay, and you don't have to be selling socks to your family and friends, right? Because they only have 2 feet and they can only buy so much. But any advice for people if they find that their family and friends are not supportive of their business at all? Like, maybe just those feelings of like, well, I wish my brother and sister would at least buy one pair. Like they haven't even bought one pair of socks. What would your words of wisdom be to that person who's struggling with that?
I wouldn't even give it a thought because they could be supporting you in other ways. Maybe they're watching the kids while you go to a vendor fair. That's really buying from you. They are helping you. Maybe they help you load up your car with all your supplies, or maybe they're just there to get to the Amazon truck when they're delivering your supplies. So we can't say that our family is not helping us. They are. Maybe they are, we're up burning the midnight oil and they just make us a cup of coffee. That's helping. So we don't need to always sell to our family and friends because sometimes they love you, they don't want you to fail, right? But you can't hold them accountable for buying all of your stuff.
That is such good advice. So it's almost like if you're feeling that, just don't get hung up on it. There's a whole, like, how many people are there in the world,
Right.
right?
It's too many people. If you're selling socks, how many people got feet? All of those people need your, they need those socks.
Everybody is a customer if you're in the, if you're in the sock biz. Now, let's say somebody is really struggling with that. They're saying, okay, Cassandra, I hear you saying that my marketing should be in my language, but I don't even know what that is. Can we kind of walk through how you would discover
Mhm. Practice.
look like? Yeah, let's practice.
Is let's go to some networking events. Hi, Jenny, what's your name? So, you say, hi, what's your name? And you say, I'm Jenny.
Hey, I'm Jenny. I sell bottled water.
Oh my
Um,
God, is that spring water or alkaline?
oh, it's alkaline. It's very, impressive. I feel amazing when I drink it. I honestly just feel so good. I can't even imagine going back to like tap water.
Right. So all you do now, I'm thinking if I drink that water and I look as good as Jenny, I want some of that water, right? Or I'm thirsty today. She's selling water. She is going to solve a need that I have. She answers the need that I have. So all she did was talk to me. That's it. And when you think, I don't know what to say, just go and introduce yourself. And a lot of times, the way I say I and I network is I want to know more about you. And then when you ask me about me, I'll tell you. And so a lot of it is just it starts with, hi, what's your name? That's it.
Okay. Just what's somebody's name and they say it and then you move on with the
And
natural.
then you say, okay, well, I sell water, right? Oh my God, do you have a card? Right? Do you have a card? How do I get in touch with you to get this water?
Mm-hmm.
Right? When can I call you? Right? And then you say, hey, let me tell you what I do. Even if Jenny doesn't ask me, I may say, hey, can I tell you what I do too? Right? I sell socks. And she may say, what kind of socks? Go Cowboys, go Tiger socks, red socks, blue socks. She may say, hey, you know what? I'm over the PTA at school. I'm like, oh my God, right? You never know who a person. I believe that we're all one handshake away from a multi-million-dollar deal.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, that's such a good approach. That's interesting. So instead of just going around looking for yourself, you're showing interest in other people too, which is it's a good life skill, right? Hopefully we're doing that authentically and caring about other people and who they are anyway, but it works for selling also, doesn't it?
You don't want to be used car salesman. Buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. Don't you normally run from those people? No,
Yeah.
you just want to have a conversation. You tell me your name, I tell you my name. You tell me what you do, I tell you what I do. Now that opens the door. Oh my God, I may know more people that need this water. Oh, I know I have a cousin that owns a corner store. I wonder if he sells alkaline water. Hey, I should introduce you to my cousin. Maybe, you can find out what he's selling at his store. I don't know. It's a conversation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, let's say somebody heard you mention that part about being at the trade expo, trade fair kind of thing. And then you're so right. I mean, I was laughing so hard when you said that because it's so true. You go by a booth and you think, oh, that might be interesting, but you almost feel like you're bothering them because
Mhm.
they're like doing their own thing. And so then you don't stop. Let's say somebody, they're hearing that and they're thinking, oh, I hate going to those. I really don't like talking to customers. I really don't like this. How do you know when it's time to say, I'm not super passionate about this business? And if I don't want to talk to somebody at a trade show about my product, maybe it's time to move on to something else. Or do you think that is a sign of that? I don't know.
It's a sign that you're not enthused. It feels like a job. How many of us do not like getting up going to our jobs every day? But if it's something that you love and you have a passion for, you should want to talk about it. It's just like talking about our kids. We brag about our kids all day long. You know your son is not good at playing baseball, but we talk about, oh my God, but he hit the ball one time. And even though it was a foul ball, he hit it. And we are so excited about the one, even though the team lost, we still brag. It's just like the same thing about business. You should love what you do and talk about when you get to a point where you no longer like to talk about what you do, either you're burnt out and you need to be, rejuvenated, and that happens, or you're in the wrong line of work.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. I think it's tough to sometimes maybe figure out in the starting phases of a business where you don't have employees maybe and you're doing it all on your own and it's like 7 days a week and you've got products in your office and you're shipping out of your house, all those different phases that can be really tough. And so you can feel, I think, how do people know whether they're burnout because they don't like it and aren't passionate about it, or just burnout because it's a lot of work and they're going to get over the hump and it'll get
It's
easier?
a lot of work, but you have to, I really 100% believe you have got to have two sets of friends. You got to have your friends and family. They're going to love you. They're going to coddle you, right? They want you to eat. They want you to sleep, right? They want you to drink more water, right? They want you to eat more cake. But then you have those friends like, oh my God, I learned a system that I don't have to post on social media every day. It does it for you. You're like, what? Wait a minute. I spend 2 hours on social media. Oh my God, no. You can get it done in 30 minutes. Wait a minute. That gives me an hour and a half to do something else. Well, show me. I went to this event and they told me about this software. Well, I wanted, why you didn't invite me to the event? I need an hour and a half back in my life. Sometimes I go to learn about something because I know it's going to better me and give me back some time that I need. Does that make sense? And I have systems in place that work for me, Jenny. There are times for me, this may not work for you, but I don't answer my phone after 9 o'clock. I don't talk about business after 9. Why? Because that's my time for me. If I want to curl my hair, if I want to take my eyelashes off, if I just want to sit there and watch a movie, it is my time to decompress. You have got to, even if it's right before you go to bed and it's only 15 minutes or 30 minutes, that is your time. And you have to be selfish with that time. You have to be. But I would definitely tell you to find friends that's in business, that's trying new things. Oh, I went over here and I was networking and I got 330 people that wanted to buy what I'm selling. I went to an event last night. I didn't want to go. It was all the way on the other side of town. But I gave my word and I went and I'm so glad I did. In the end, they were teaching salsa lessons. And so I ended up meeting all of these people. And now I'm like, oh my God, I cannot wait to go back because it was so great. But now, what if I followed the way I was feeling? I don't feel like driving. It's sprinkling a little bit outside. But I didn't know that I guess the number one salsa instructor was going to be there in the Dallas area, and I would just so happen to be sitting at a table with him. And then he wanted to use me as a guinea pig, but I had so much fun because while he was spinning me around, he was tickling me, and I'm like, dude, don't do that because people going they know that I can't do this. But now I feel like I'm a professional salsa dancer, and so now when everyone saw me laughing and making like a fool of myself, this was a networking event. Now they were like, Cassandra, you should come back next month. I'm like, what are you guys doing next month? I cannot wait to come. And so then someone says, hey, I know it, but hey, what do you do? And I told them, and they go, oh my God, I have like 6 customers for you. I'm like, what? See, these salsa lessons will do it for you. I didn't even know they were doing it, but sometimes and I went because a friend of mine told me she absolutely loved this group. Who knew?
You just have to be open, right? You just have to be, adventurous and open. I want to go back to the early days of you in business. How did you get started in business?
I got started in business. I was working for a Fortune 500 company, and they did me wrong, and so I started my own business. I didn't want to. I loved what I did, and I started my own business, and I absolutely love what I did. And so we won a contract in Texas. And when I moved here, I didn't know much about being certified. I got certified minority owned, and I ended up doing a workshop, and people came. And I love educating small business. And I turned it into a more profitable. I was just doing workshops for free. I was like, but free is not working. And so just started doing more of them. I ended up getting a contract, and I absolutely love helping small business. That's what I love to do. I became a lobbyist for it. I champion for it. I fight for it. And I love it. And I hopefully you can hear that in my voice.
Oh, we can definitely hear it. I'm so sorry that that happened. Although I guess I'm like, sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
Because if that hadn't happened, if they hadn't done you wrong, you might still be, be there doing something that you love, but wouldn't maybe be reaching as many people or have succeeded as much as you have?
Well, when I left with them as a client. So there was no hard feelings. I mean, they pushed me. They pushed me. I wasn't ready to be pushed, but I when they did, I left with them as a client. Now they're out of business and I'm still here, but I left with them as a client and I left on good terms. So, yeah.
And here you are. Okay. Now, when somebody's first starting out, what do you think is, or somebody's saying, just to stay on topic with today's, sell the sale topic, to stay on topic with that. When you hear somebody saying, gosh, people just aren't buying, like, I don't know, I guess people don't want it. I guess it's not good. When you start to get in that mindset, what is the problem usually?
They're not around the right people. You like I said, I really believe number one, you have to believe in what you're selling. Right? And then you have to make sure you are around other people that are entrepreneurs or small business owners and find out where they're going to sell. What are they doing? Right? I go to a lot of conferences, whether I'm the speaker or whether I'm going to a conference tomorrow. I'm not the speaker. I'm just showing up because I want to learn something. Right? So sometimes when you are at that level, go to a conference, go to a networking event, get yourself around other business owners that could be in the same, that have gone through what you're going through. And you never know, they can motivate you out of whatever slump you're in. It could be one little thing that you're not doing. Maybe it's being on social media because a lot of us don't know how to market on social media.
So on that topic of marketing on social media, do you have any advice for somebody about where to start when they're saying, like you said, you've got to have those friends around you, right? That say, hey, you've got to know about this app or that, that sort of thing. And I totally agree with that. Um, where should somebody get started if they've got like a real traditional style business and they haven't really delved into social media marketing? Where's a good place to start?
Join a chamber of commerce. Go to some chamber events first. I wouldn't say join because you have to make sure that chamber is doing what you need it to do. But at least going to some networking events. Like I believe in going to networking events and seeing what's happening and meeting people and finding out where another event is or some training. There's so much education for small business. I didn't know how to get on social media at first. I did what most people. I used my daughter. Put your mom on social media. That's what you do, right? And so she did. And so next thing, when she got me up to 300 friends, I took over. But I cleaned up my social media page, right? So I don't have trash talk on my social media page because people like me will go to your personal page to find out what your business, so what you do in business. So when you become a business or a brand, you need to make sure that what you put out on social media should be a representative of what your business is. I know you said, well, it's my personal page. Yeah, but people want to do business with the person, and the only way they can find out about the person is on your personal social media page.
So true. That's such a great reminder about not having a situation where, your business page is really polished and classy and upstanding, and your personal page is the opposite. That can.
Now, you should, I mean, they want you, you're human. So yeah, I'll make post about I'm here eating this chicken or this cheesecake, or I did a post one day, I'm on the back of a friend's boat. Do I look happy or afraid? I was afraid, but everyone said, yeah, I looked happy. I don't know. But I do fun things, but I don't trash talk on my social media page. I don't put negative things on my social media page because people look at my person. That's the only way they can find out about me right before they buy from me. And so they'll go to my personal page.
What do you say to somebody who has an amazing idea for a product or a service, but they say, "Ugh, I just can't sell. I don't like to sell. I'm not salesy." What do you say to that person?
Then talk. Just talk to people. Network and just talk to people. I don't believe in I mean you have to know how to sell before you know how to market. So because I live in a relational state, which is Texas, anything below the Mason-Dixie line is the South, so we are relational. You just talk. If you just learn how to talk to people, it's just hi. Hi, my name is Cassandra. That's all you have to say. I went to an event last night. Now I do speak a little Spanish, but most of the night they only spoke in Spanish. So I went, "Hola, señorita, ¿cómo está?" That's all I said. And they're like, "Oh, you know Spanish?" And I'm like, "No, no, no, that's all I know. Wait, don't go anywhere." Right? But we just talked. I'm Cassandra. What's your name? And they next thing I know, we're in a full now. She was like, "Hey, come sit with me and let me introduce you to this the salsa dancer guy." I'm like, "I don't know." Yeah. And so now we're all just talking. We were talking about our business and where we were and in our business and what networking groups we went to and which ones were the best. And next thing I know, one guy said, "Hey, I've been looking for somebody like you, and I got like 5 clients. Can you call me next week?" And then the rest of the night we were salsa dancing.
That's amazing. That's the most effective and efficient workday you've had in a while. I mean, look, you got clients, you learned to dance, you worked on your Spanish a little bit. It sounds perfect. Um,
Fun. I mean,
yes.
but that's normally what networking should be. All you're doing is just saying, "Hi, and whatever your name is." That's where it starts.
I want to talk about your business as it stands today. If somebody works with you, what is that experience like? What do they do? What do they get? What's expected of them?
So a lot of small business well, I have mentoring. If you say I'm in business and I want to know how to get customers and I want to know how to sell and then how to market, or I want to bring my product to the forefront of my new program, then I would always get into a mentoring program because I do group mentoring. The first session is just me and you, and we do a strategy session. And then I can help you identify probably 5 or 10 different types of clients you didn't think of. But then I give you the tools on how to get there. I don't just leave you there because and then we have group mentoring that everybody in the group has to help you. So like the upsell, downsell, cross sell, you have to get a partner and you have to be able to sell them. And then they have to tell me, "Would you buy from Jenny?" "Well, she didn't seem like she liked her." You don't have to tell the group, you're going to tell me, but I want you to practice on just saying hi. And another thing that we do, even if we're out of state from one another, we have to help each other. Help Jenny. Jenny doesn't know everything she has to do to put on this event. She wants to be a vendor. Hey Jenny, do you know that you should maybe have a list at your table where you can capture email addresses? You're like, "I don't know, it's my first one." Hey, I'll create a sheet for you so when people come to your table, at least you can get their name and their phone numbers and their emails. Or maybe you should get a bowl. Or if you just want me to create that list for you, that little spreadsheet, I'll email it to you. I may say, "Hey, can you email, if you have one, have you ever done one? Can you email one to Jenny so she can put her logo on it and print it out and she can have that at her table?" That's a way you can capture a person's name and address. Or someone says, "Hey, there's an app out there, Jenny, you can do." And you say, "Well, I don't know anything about apps and computers." Well, if you offline, if you call me, I'll show you how to download it and how to use it. So that's what we do. We help one another, right? So we also talk about how do you get and then different ways to market. And then we have you to create the marketing language for text marketing. Text marketing and email marketing is two different languages, right? Because you can only have so many characters. And then how do you post on social media and different apps that lets you do all that at one time? It saves you time. So we go through all that kind of stuff. And so the at the end of the mentoring, we want you to be executable. It's a lot of work, don't get me wrong, because most people say I give a lot of homework, and I do. Because before we ever get started, you have to go through a strategy session 2 weeks before mentoring starts, and you have a lot of homework. Because that list that you get from the library, you have to scrub it. And I tell you, you'll have a minimum of 10,000 new clients. So if you got 10,000 new clients, you got to scrub the list to make sure the list is accurate. Because people could have changed their phone numbers, and there's a way you can do that, and we teach you how to do that.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, interesting. And how long does the program work when they work with you?
it's 9 weeks. It's 9 weeks. You have to show up, and you got to get the homework done. But I can guarantee you, you are ready to execute before the ninth week.
What do people usually say after they've gone through that and dedicated themselves to that type of coaching?
So I do a graduation every year with cap and gown and certificates and all kind of stuff. But most of my clients are, we just had a graduating class in July at our conference. We had 80 something people that graduated. Well, they have books out. Most of them wanted a book or a workbook, so all of those were out. They had to have them out before the conference. A lot of them have started their own coaching programs. A lot of them have their stuff in markets. Like I have another lady has her stuff in stores. She wanted to put her items inside of a Walmart or on Amazon, so she's able to be a seller. So those things of what we do. Then what, like I have another lady, she teaches it's called Africo Pop or some kind of dance. Well, we went out and we supported her, those people that were here in Texas, and we had one person that, hey, I'll videotape you so you can not spend a lot of money on videography, so you can put it on your website. And then we had another person that was handling her registration, and we all volunteered. And the ones
I
that were not here, they were helping her get, so they were posting on social media for her. So we have to help each other.
I happen to know Africo Pop. Yes, I did a story with her at Fox in Dallas many years ago, and she just sent another pitch. So I've got to look that up. So super cool. Dr. Bradford, where can people get in touch with you? Oh, it's in the chat. The team with Sarah is already one step ahead of me. So
You're good.
they're so good, right? I'm like, wow, mind readers. Her number is on there, and then her email address is on there. And so it sounds like, should they just reach out to you if they're interested?
Yeah, just call our office and we'll set you up with my team will set you up with an appointment with me. Ask for me and we'll help you.
Incredible. Thank you so much, Dr. Bradford. And to everybody who's here today, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging in the session. I sincerely appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you each and every week. And this is the thing too. She's been on here. Dr. Bradford, you've been on here several times. So
Yes,
there's
numerous times.
replays on the YouTube channel. So if you're like, hey, I'm liking this content, I'm digging this, go back and listen to those replays, soak it in, use that information, reach out to her if you'd like. And then that YouTube channel link is actually up in the chat as we speak. So you can go there and get the replay. And I will see you all next Thursday, same time, same place. Have a great week, everybody. Bye, Dr. Bradford.